today, one thing I would like to do is start with a small recap of things that happened last session. Which basically, I just want you to tell me, like, oh yeah, this cool thing happened. This other cool thing happened. So yeah, I'm going to rely on the common brain space. Hope that works.
What do you mean?
Basically, you just need to, like, we are just going to try to remember the most important stuff that happened last session. Like, I could start. I remember Dagny had her encounter with the rev. With the rev, and that went weird. Like, I still don't know what really happened there. But yeah, but yeah, apparently, yeah, sure. So yeah, what else? What else happened? What do you just remember right now?
I was also had encounter, like, met Dagny when I went to the rev, like to the not to him, to the chapel, and had some instinct wake up in me, but I managed. Yeah, and then I went to the city and ran into some cultists.
Yeah, that seems relevant. The
mysterious lady vampire as well.
The lady vampire that was harassing. What's his name? Robertson?
We didn't really find out.
Oh, I have.
She was going to bite him, and you.
And I ignored it.
Yeah.
Alastor stopped.
But Alastor went and saved him.
I took off one of your eyes.
Oh yeah.
You also had before that, Alastor had a kind of an interesting encounter at the basketball court.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where you sort of strangely connected with Stephen in his bad behavior toward Shiva.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You kind of saw what was going on in his mind.
And then there was we learned a little bit about the administration of our school.
Yeah. Which is kind of have a side job, I think. Side activity.
Yeah, extracurricular stuff. Cultist.
Do you remember that?
You mean the meeting of Peter with in the forest, or what?
Yeah.
I wish I could go there after my dark side.
That's right. And Dagny went swimming.
Oh yeah, with a guy, and he was never heard of by anyone again.
No, that's up to
Possibly.
And also we finished with Dagny and Alastor having a nice moment.
Closer. Yeah.
One thing that there's a resource in the game that I'm still finding a little trouble working with as a player. And I feel frustrated because I think this is one of the most important resources, and so I don't think I'm doing well with it or using it properly or making use of it when I could. And that's strings.
Yeah.
And I went back because remember I tried to summarize them when we were making them up, and I screwed it all up and couldn't make any sense at all. And so I went back and I made a big chart. And the big chart is actually pretty interesting. It's hard to believe, but Alastor actually has 3 strings on Peter.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah.
I have that.
Yeah, which is a lot.
A lot.
And then if you look at your own character, I think right now, never mind who has strings on you, because I have a terrible time trying to keep all that straight who has bad.
Yeah.
Which way? I just look at my own character, and that's the only one I'm going to figure on. Is I only have 2 strings on Alistor, and I don't have any others. I don't think. Did I get a string on the Rev for turning him on? Is that how it works or not? Do you know? I use my special ability called Ending, so I don't know if that gets me a string or not.
What was your result?
The result, he got this.
He got the condition morbid.
Morbid, yes.
Right.
And he chose the option of promising you something, which is to make sure you will have your supply of what you needed.
Exactly. So I have 2 strings on Alistor, and that's all I know. Petter has a string on each of us.
That's right.
And Alistor is the complicated one, and this is again putting all the pressure on the new guy, all the mechanics opportunities on the new guy. And so Alistor has 3 strings on Petter and 1 string on Dagny because you remind her of love. And so I've talked enough. I just want to let me get back to where I am there. So I think does everyone else have the strings that you have? One on Naomi now, is that right? Someone has one on Naomi, right? The popular girl.
Yes, that's Alistor.
Alistor, you have a string on Naomi as well. And Petter, did you get something on somebody?
Yeah, I had a string on Headmaster.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Should have given her a name by now.
Right.
I don't know if we did. I honestly don't remember. I just have Headmaster.
I don't think so.
If someone has a name, like, because at this point, like, I remember. Let's give her a name. Do we have like a name? This question is so bad with names. I need like one of those name lists.
They are a good thing.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a good point. The strings stuff.
What do we do with that?
Basically, anytime you want something out of someone, they are probably going to come handy. Be it make them do something for you, hurt them.
Well, wait. Let's go a little slower because
let's do.
If you say do something, let's say do something for me. So let's say I go to, I only have 2 strings on Alistor. So I could go to Alistor and say, and I have something that I want him to do for me.
Yeah.
And what happens?
You say.
Well, I would say something, but what do we do with the string?
You say, and here's and I offer you, and I offer, and I'm tempting you. Which means
so I tempt him to do something.
You spend the string. So the moment you do that your string is gone. And then if he accepts, if he says, okay, I'll do it, he gets an experience point.
Okay.
That's it. So, and this works both for them. It also works the same for NPCs.
Right. Anybody you have a string on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also you. If you are like in a bad situation with someone, and you want them and you want to ridiculize them, you want to put them in basically you can put a condition on them. You can say you are a loser, you are a loner, you are a whore, whatever.
Right.
And you spend the string and they are that. People think they are that.
Right.
If you are rolling against them and you get like a 9, for example, and you are like, I really want a 10, you can spend a string and you add 1 to your roll.
And that's any roll? or against that person.
Against that person specifically.
So +1 roll versus that person.
Yeah. Finally, if you are doing harm to them and you want to do some extra harm, you can spend 1 string to get one extra to make them inflict them 1 extra harm.
Right. So okay. So that's 4 things we can do with a string.
Yes.
And that's kind of interesting. So, Anagiros, I just wanted to make sure you knew that you had all this opportunity against or toward Petter.
Yeah, actually, because I know Petter in real life.
Yes,
he explained me the mechanics of of this thing. Yeah.
Cool.
So it just seemed as though, since the game is so focused on these things, that it's, we can act on them.
Yeah. They also may play naturally during some interaction. If if your character wants to do something and you happen to have a string, you just use it.
Yeah.
Just push it.
Yeah, and sometimes it is good to just don't be too greedy. Like if they are moving around, if you are spending them, even if they are not that necessary, that's probably good. Okay, let me close everything.
Right, they're there to be spent. Really, they're not.
Yes.
I mean, we don't get money at the end of the game because of how many
no, you don't. If you get 5 there at the end, you don't win or anything like that.
Yeah.
Though there are moves that use, like if you have 5 strings on someone, you can do special stuff, for example.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything like that, fortunately.
It's
that's the dark power for the infernal. If the dark power has 5 strings on the infernal, shit hits the fan, but that's not necessarily relevant to us. Also, one other thing that I remember today, the sex moves. They haven't come up in play yet, but one important detail is that most of them, they activate when you have sex with someone else, and that's the normal stuff. But there's some exceptions to that. For example, the vampire.
Yeah.
They are a little bit different. I think they activate when you either accept the advances of someone else or you reject them. So if someone comes
actually, wait, I think Petter, Oleg, remind me if I'm right. This is no, you know what? He's your character. You say it, because the rule is hilarious for the vampire.
Yeah, when you deny someone sexually, gain a string on them. And the second part is when you have sex with someone, lose all strings on them. So I should actually be denied.
So if you are trying to you're trying to get strings and keep strings, you run around making everybody hot and then cutting them off.
Yeah.
It's like the vampires,
Yeah. But that's basically it.
That's just our nature.
I totally get it. What are they? Oh, sorry.
So yeah,
I have a theoretical question. Personally, I am very curious to see how this will go on. I guess the way I visualize my character, possibly I will be using the strings when I am distressed. But anyway, I was wondering, because for me the pleasure is like following these interactions and creating this story and following this story. I understand the mechanics behind the strings, and I will play along. But I don't understand the theory behind. I mean, what is the key rule that makes this? Yeah.
I've devoted some years to that very question. And it's a good question. And these things are called reward mechanics, but they're not the reward. You just said it so beautifully. I mean, I wish I'd had you 20 years ago just to say that, and it would have solved 20 years of people being mad at me. Because the fun is what we play for. Right? With the fiction that we make. Just like you said. I mean, you said it perfectly. The fun we have with the fiction that we make together, right? With no one else. That's the fun. The mechanics of the kind we're talking about, they're kind of a way to celebrate having the fun. They're kind of like a slightly harder piece to have that fun with. So, I mean, that's why you don't have to use that particular mechanic. Nobody forces you to take a string on someone or something like that. But it is the case that it helps direct our attention to certain interactions that this particular game is designed to facilitate. So it helps shape what we're doing when and if we feel like it.
Yeah.
So the reward mechanics are not, we're not playing so we get the reward mechanics. They're not like little rat rewards for pushing the right pellets, but instead they are it's kind of like, well, if we were doing some other particular activity together, it would have rules of its own that we like. And here, this one has a particular set of rules of its own. That are fun. It's like having little things to pull on and push on that make what we're doing a little bit more energetic.
Yeah. In exchanging, like giving a string or using a string by itself is not fun. It's just like, here's a string. What you do what happens in response to that, the interactions among characters that this thing creates, that's what we are here for.
Yeah. Also, our characters are kind of messed up. Sorry, Oleg. Yeah.
Yeah, it will be maybe, you will just have to want to do something in a fiction, and then there's a string, and that makes sense to like use it now because I want to do that at that moment. You don't just, you don't have to force yourself toward, following, but they might come handy, and it's something to have in mind. That they are there.
It's kind of like they come to you when you play a certain way. It's not like you're trying to get them, but they come to you. And when they come to you, then there are impacts on the fiction. Certain kinds of fiction are stronger now. Those are the four things that Angel was talking about. They affect the fiction in ways that make that particular set of things stronger. You'll notice that it makes it easier for us to humiliate and hurt other people. And it also makes us good at tempting and making people go against their judgment. They're kind of toxic in this game. They're kind of toxic. We're not healthy teens, right? And so it's kind of important. I mean that in this particular game, the interactions aren't really all that positive. The only way our characters will be sympathetic is if we really try. And we don't even have to do that. So that's what I mean by the mechanics giving a certain shape to play.
Yeah.
Because it focuses our attention on our characters' pathologies.
Yeah. I wish I have had you like shown it. I spent like 2 months surfing through the Forge articles. And...
You don't need me.
Yeah, but
you don't need me. Really... You need Anagiros. He's the one who just said it better than I ever did.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's really interesting subject. I had a conversation with my players during other like game. It was the Sprawl. I don't know if you...
I have it here. I've interviewed the author.
So, and the expectations were like setting expectations when you're inviting someone to a game and like introducing what this game is about. So they will not be expecting like, here we are like
expecting some other damn game,
some other thing. They want to be traveling around the world and making adventures and crawling pyramids in Monsterhearts. Maybe not, but maybe other system would be better.
Yeah.
But so if the expectations are set incorrectly, it can be not fun. I experienced that.
I think we all have more imagination for sure.
Yeah.
We can. This conversation, unfortunately, is going into places that are very dear to Angel and me, and and so I really appreciate your interest in it.
Yeah, if someone mentions system matters now, that we'll be lost. Like this session won't happen.
I'm hiding behind my beverage.
So I think like we have I think we that out of the way. Just have strings in mind. If you are interacting with a character, always think, do I have strings of them? Could I get strings of them? Could I use strings of them? And just consider that. If that
when you're protecting yourself, you also might be better at protecting yourself when using a string on someone.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah,
we'll see. All in fiction.
Okay, so one last session, I think we have two big things happen at the end. One was Dagny and Alastor having this moment of connection together, of finding each other in the middle of the class, which we cannot kind of resolve, but I'd like to see how that turned out. But also we had this cult ritual in which Peter took kind of semi took over the cult a little.
Maybe not yet, but he's on.
A little, at least over the headmaster, which we are going to call Sarah.
We have Sarah already.
We have Sarah already.
Not that people don't actually have the same names in the
real world
sometimes, but let's not confuse ourselves.
Don't give me names, Phil.
maybe like Patricia or something.
Patricia, yes. Patricia.
I don't know the song.
Patricia Hills Collins.
Patricia Collins.
Yeah.
Collins. Patricia Collins. Yeah, nice. Nice. Patricia Collins. So and also you hypnotize the ref, which I don't know how that will turn out.
That guy is like caught in our little sticky fingers at this point.
Yeah,
he's like between,
And also, you are still in your darkest self.
Yes,
haven't escaped it yet.
Yes.
And in fact,
no, I thought.
No, you're fine, Alastor.
Alastor, you escaped it. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine because
but Peter is not.
I'm in my darkest self. Right. Peter is in his darkest self.
And you won't get out of it until someone puts you in your rightful place by someone more powerful than you.
The only person here is more powerful than you is Alastor.
I am. Oh,
you have 3 strings.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Exactly.
We'll see.
Yeah. You can ruin his life. Yeah.
Well, it's not just it's that what it's. I really think it's kind of interesting because Alastor tries to be good. Is trying hard to be good in lots of ways, and I don't know. And Petter right now, I mean, you're potentially a real menace.
So, talking about that, the last thing we saw was this meeting at the beginning of the day where Alastor and Dagny had this encounter, and kind of at the same time,
my condition, I'm ostracized.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ostracized. Me, I think I took note of that. Yeah, you are. You're very much are. Ostracized. And at the same time that was kind of happening, I think I want to see Peter come back to school.
You want to see me come back, or you want to see me in school already on this morning?
Basically, I want to see you like. I don't know when you came back to school exactly, but I want to see you in a school, in the middle of it. So I think we see you somewhere in the campus, among all the beautiful trees, the well kept fields, all the students going around, and kind of in the middle of it is you, and we see you kind of in the center of everything by yourself, surrounded by all these people moving around, and you are there looking at them. I mean, I don't want to tell you what you see, but you are very much seeing prey reap for the taking.
Yeah. I look around. I'm actually trying to find. I think Naomi is the most popular, yeah?
Yes. Yeah, she's the popular girl, for
If
sure.
something really, 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 really bad happens to Naomi right now.
Yeah. I think right now
maybe.
Naomi is getting out of the meeting. You see her get out of the building, going to some class, and she seems to be afflicted by something. So although she's surrounded, she's kind of ignoring everyone and just like going a little bit by herself.
Oh,
so
really?
She's a little bit.
Naomi's not ostracized. I am.
No, she's not ostracized. She's kind of she wants to be a little bit alone.
Okay.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah, she saw you two together, and although she made it look like she was against you, she's a little bit possibly jealous or something like that of you two. So she's a little bit angry and maybe sad or something like that, which you can see and detect and see that she's vulnerable right now.
Yeah. So yeah, when she like passes to some other building, I try to keep up with her, like a little bit, trying to get closer to her from the back.
Sure.
And I'm just looking. Oh, you seem sad. So something happened?
She looks at you and it says, "Nothing of."
Please, you can speak. I'm not gonna tell anyone. I'm.
Well, what would I tell anything to you? I don't even know you.
Yeah, but I know you. As I was
know me
watching you.
You don't really.
I have a gift for you.
A gift?
Yeah, and I turned like one of pages from my note sketchbook, and I give her like a drawing, of her, and surrounded by people with no faces, only her face is visible there.
Is it like a beautiful painting?
Yeah, it's no, it's a sketch, but it's well done.
Yeah.
Let's say. And she is most like detailed one in there. So other are just like blurred, But there are people around her, but just like rough drawings. But she is like detailed, It's nice. It's nice. I would say. I know my work.
I mean, in your own way, I think you are trying to turn her on.
Perhaps.
I think so.
I don't know if this turned her on.
I mean, you're giving her like a gift with a beautiful picture that you draw of her. Like, I don't know, artists are weird.
I say, I don't know if you like it, but that's what I do. And you really caught my eye.
Oh, you're so cute. Yeah, roll to turn someone on.
And time for some bad rolls, maybe.
That's with hot.
It's not very good, actually. It's 8.
8, okay. So.
Okay.
She can either give you a string or choose one of the reactions. I think she's very emotionally vulnerable right now. So I think she's going to give you a string and say, she takes it and she looks at it and says, thank you. It's beautiful. Why did you do
Not
this?
as beautiful as you, obviously, but that's my art. I'm glad that you like it.
Yeah, I haven't been feeling like.
Well, so why are you sad?
Well, let's just say that the person I want to be looking at me is not. So it's nice to have someone who sees me, and she looks at you.
But you are very popular. You are seen by everyone. But
they don't see
why
me.
are you...
No, not really. They look at me. They see this thing that they imagine about me, all these expectations, but they don't really see me. No one does.
I see. I was watching you. I'm this guy. I don't know if you noticed me before. I'm always watching people because I like to draw, and I noticed that though you were with people, you were kind of sad. Where are you going now?
Class?
Do you want to see a place near here? We're really nice. I think you can come and collect your thoughts there. I want to use the string to temper.
Yeah, she's doing it. Yeah, that works. Of course, it works. So yeah, despite her better judgment, she says, "Sure, yeah, I like that."
Does he get
You're
an
really gonna
experience
love
point?
it.
No,
Oh no,
she's
sorry.
an
I get that.
She would get, but she's
See, I'm
not
still
gonna.
learning which way all the little things go. So.
yeah. In case of an NPC, they mostly just do it.
Right.
It will be really weird for me to deny it. Like they mostly just do it.
Sure.
So yeah, she says, "Yeah, sure. I love to. I love to get away from all this for a while."
Oh, that's awesome. Let's go. And I just this way, and I'm just taking care.
Do you take her hand?
Yeah, maybe I'm like trying to act excited, let's say.
Yeah.
And like I'm like move going first and like grab her hand like I didn't even like thought about it, just like,
Sure.
Running off like in a Victorian novel into the woods.
Yes, I've been playing a Jane Austen RPG recently, so and I cannot avoid
you
it.
can kind of the posture and everything,
Yeah. We all see
it. So yeah, you both run away, and I think at least you, Alastor. Well, if you're probably there as well, Dagny, you probably both see them like this couple just running away to somewhere, which is weird. And I imagine now you are also getting out of the meeting building, and I imagine you are together still.
I would think so, yeah. That kind of curiosity isn't really Dagny's scene, so she's not going to initiate comment about it. I mean, I'm not saying anything anything else, just that I'm not the one to speak up to Alastor. But yeah, okay, so we're walking, I guess, together, and Alastor sees it too.
Can you please repeat the last phrase, Alastor?
Oh, you see if I'm just repeating Ihel saying that we together see Petter running off with
okay,
Naomi.
yeah, we see this too, yeah.
If you don't want to, like,
for me, after Dagny bringing me back, literally speaking, I am just overwhelmed by a kind of warmth, and for now I saw them, but I am focused on being close to Dagny. And not with, because I don't, let's say, embrace this notion of togetherness, but I have the need to be close to Dagny. It's
Sure.
a new thing.
I completely agree. And it is, yes, sorry.
I was just saying that's that's why that wasn't like the Jen saying, "Oh, follow the hook."
I completely understand.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that I actually really feel what Alastor is saying.
Sure.
So I'm going to look a little bit here.
What the other thing you do see is the good old Chaplain Good. He's doing his usual going around the campus, talking with the students and that kind of stuff. But this morning he seems distressed. He seems like this morning he put on his clothes fast or without taking much care. His hair is not as well put. He seems to be looking around a little bit. I don't know, desperate, but something like that, like kind of confused, or yeah, he's looking for something. And you get the sense he's probably looking for you, Dagny.
All right. Dagny's going to go into a crouch, which isn't very normal, more like a hunting posture, like some kind of an animal, and emit sort of a low moan, like that, and look at Alastor and say, "I want to have some fun with him. Come on." And that sense of closeness between us, it's almost like this cuts it off. It's like an addict, right? So for a couple of minutes, the heroin addict was talking to you like a normal person, and like it seemed like their old self maybe, and you're thinking, wow, this is great. And then all of a sudden they're like totally focused on their addiction. So it's very animalistic. Yeah, that's kind of too bad, because I was sort of hoping to do a nicey nice scene there for a second. So yes, that's she's actually got a string on you. You know what? This is not good. This is her hunger. The hunger is not her darkest self, but it can see her darkest self from there. So I mean, it's the ghoul like lives like right next to her darker self all the time. So so I think that she's not above pulling a string on you, and says, "Come on, do it with me. Come on, just for me. Come on, let's go have fun, Alastor. Don't you want to have some fun once in a while?"
If you accept, you get an experience point.
Well, and also, I just want to see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Please give 5 seconds to connect my computer to Ethernet, okay? Because I am losing you.
Oh no! Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, small pause.
We will pause for technical difficulties.
Okay.
See me?
No, I was just saying we are waiting.
Okay, fine. So,
So, Alastor, are you with us now? Is everything okay with the?
I'm with you.
Okay. So basically, Dagny is telling you, "Hey, let's have some good old fun. I don't know how doing something with this guy. Probably dangerous." And she's offering you as basically an experience point. She has spent a string to offer you experience points if you accept, and also like fun stuff.
I'm pretty good at fun.
I look towards Dagne, but not to her eyes. So it's like, let's say that my camera now is Dagne, so I am like that, and I accept, like, but not again being close, but not together. So it's more like, because I liked it was. Yes, I accept.
Yes, it's pulling you along. Yeah.
All right.
Just.
So what are you going to do? What do you have in mind?
I guess I'm about to find out.
Exactly.
No, yet.
Okay. If you want, we can come back with you in a moment. If you
No,
or
I if it's okay, we can
yeah, okay.
whenever you want, but I'm in action.
We can.
So
No,
so she's going to a run, and so she's going to run, and she's going to run in front of the Rev, as he's probably a little distracted looking around or something. And so she's going to throw her sweater so it hits his face. And she's going to shout as she runs by him and shouts, "Hey, Rev!" and starts to yeah. And so she'll just like run, and it looks like it's a kid having fun with the Rev, except it's a little too physical, a little too, pushy, or kind of with aggressive movements. And when she comes up to him, so she's kind of like almost dancing around him, and comes up to him close, and says in a harsh whisper, and says, uh, she says, "There's a body out in the woods. I'll show you. Come on." Because he's morbid, right? And then she like backs toward the woods, kind of tugging at him.
The red.
Yeah.
It was towards the red. Yeah, sure.
And so from, I don't know if I'm conveying it, but it's pretty. I mean, especially since you saw the way she looked at him at first. It's I've creeped myself out a little bit. I don't know about you, but
I'm thinking with this guy that I'm thinking that will work as a turn someone on, because with this guy I was like, he's going to give you bullshit, but he's actually morbid now, so maybe he's into this shit.
Right. Well, she's or yeah, she'll keep talking a little bit, but then she's out of his reach, drawing him back,
and
something along the lines of don't you really want to see the real thing, something like that.
You throw at him your jacket, and he has him clasped in his hands, and he's like almost trembling, and he's like, I was looking for you. What did you say?
And
a young body?
Oh, jamboree?
Young. like some young
Yes.
body.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Let's see. She says, well, I'm not sure if she's even going to say anything. She'll just kind of laugh, but it's not like a teasing, sexy laugh at all. She's actually not sexually teasing him. It's not the way that she moves. It's much more of a. It's the kind of way you would look at somebody when you say, "Hey, let's go throw rocks at that old lady's window. Let's go and kill an animal for fun. Let's let's go and like
I think he
let's go
says,
cause some trouble."
yeah, I think he says, "Oh, a dead body in the forest. You are so innocent yet. I can show you much more than that. The real thing, you don't know nothing yet."
And she says, "Well then, maybe it's time for class." And so I'll head for the woods, and I'll look at Alastor and say, "I got him. Come on."
Okay, yeah, actually, yeah, he's going to follow you. But
I would if I were messed up like he was.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he's going to follow you. I imagine Alastor, you are doing the same.
I don't know what Alastor is doing. I'm actually kind of interested.
When you're having this running and throwing your sweater to him, and like this kind of laughter and whispering, everything is new for me. So, and this is unusual because normally I would care for the reverence inside internal thoughts, but in this case, I really don't care. I am just too happy, and it's something like very personal, like something like that, like running, but not like running around because I need to complete like a trip.
Right.
So, and laughing, like.
So yeah, you're just like going along with it, enjoying the experiences.
It's almost like, I think it's more than that. I mean, he's really feeling
it's
his
like
body.
it's
He's
really
feeling his
pleasant.
presence.
Yeah, experiencing the moment.
Yeah,
I see that.
This is terrible. Dagny's like totally messing with this poor little guy.
Yeah, but
and she likes him. I mean, but
yeah.
I am not playing a very good person.
No one is. Well, maybe Alastor is right, but
we'll see.
Yeah,
what will happen.
So you are going to go into the woods, but I'm going to say that he's still pretty much in control of himself. So before he goes, without any of you noticing, he gives a look to someone. And as you go into the woods, we see this shadow that with this person that comes out of the shadow of a building, and it starts following you. We recognize him, or not you. You will not recognize him, but us, we recognize him as the body we saw yesterday during the ritual.
Right, the resurrected guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what he would be doing.
Well, he's doing that.
He's just hanging around.
So okay. So you are going on a school trip with the reverend to the woods. We'll see how that goes. In the meantime, Peter, where are you going to take?
We're all in the woods now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking there is a place on a cove, like in the woods where they meet sea on a cliff, and like the view is pretty good from there to a lighthouse that it's on a peninsula, like on the opposite side of like a small bay, let's say. Yeah, and the view is pretty good. Like there is, you can like for like I'd say art perspective, there is few things that you can spot there, and it's pretty quiet. There are just seagulls. The view on some cliffs like curving towards this lighthouse on the opposite side. Yeah, so this is the place, and the behind us there's the woods, yeah, the forest. So it's like foresty cliff, let's say.
Naomi is following you as she's looking around. She says, "Do you come here often?"
Yeah, sure. It's my usual place. I don't know if you noticed me before, but I like to draw. The picture, yeah, that I gave you.
She says, "Would you draw me again here?"
Now?
I mean, unless you have some other thing in mind. This place is beautiful. I would like. Well, you don't have to do that.
Drawing.
I'm sorry.
Fine. I thought you can tell me what happened. Something more about the person that hurt you.
Well, we can talk. What you draw?
Sure. This log looks picturesque. Can you sit there, please?
She does. She sits down. She says,
"Yeah," and I sit in front of her, like standing, and I start drawing her. And so, who is this? This someone that hurt you?
He's nobody. He's no one. No one. I don't know why I will even think of this person. It's just.
But you seem sad, so I guess it's not that.
Because I thought
no one.
I thought he was able to see me for real this time, but now he's with someone else. I think that maybe I imagine everything.
But now, if not for that, you wouldn't be with me now. So I think that's good. Okay, can you just? Yeah, that's a perfect position. Thank you. So who was it? Was it someone from your friends?
No, I don't even know his name. He's just this guy who's always around in the corners, standing by himself, looking at nobody. This.
Yeah, she sees that I'm trying to focus who that might be. Do I know? Should I know? I'm asking maybe.
I think you can probably guess it's Alastor.
Okay.
There's no point
in. So that no one, you said, hurt you this much that you left your friends and came with me here. That must be quite an emotional thing.
I guess so.
Okay. Yeah.
You gonna bite her?
You
gonna bite her?
Probably. I will get closer to her eventually.
I was kind of looking at my watch.
Yeah. That's just give me a moment.
I won't
Preliminaries
yeah,
wrong.
like,
Preliminaries are important.
Yeah,
I'm drawing her for like some time. It's just a sketch, so it doesn't take much. And when I finishing, I'm just going to her, sit next to her, showing her the picture, the drawing. You wanted to say something, or?
She looks at it and she says, "See."
And, when I sit, I try to hold her hand, like accidentally or not. When showing her that.
She
Nice.
looks at it and she says, "To draw me so beautiful. I wish I was like to imagine me to be."
But it's only beautiful because of you. I'm really sad because you're sad. Can I change that in some way?
How would you do that?
And I'm like leaning towards her.
Okay, she's not getting away.
Yeah, but okay. So when I get closer, instead of kissing her, I bite her.
Sure. You go for the
Is that fine?
Yeah.
And then
I was gonna
switching.
say, man, old people don't bother with all this, painfully slow buildup.
They're teenagers.
I've kind of forgotten how long,
Sure, but
all this time you're still in your dark self.
Yeah.
His dark self. The trouble is that his dark self is nice, and his trying to be decent self is actually kind of rude and curt.
I mean,
yeah,
so
that's right.
Yeah, you see what I mean? It's like the worst thing is when you start being nice to people. That's like the worst.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I totally get it.
Well, the thing is, he's being nice because he's being
manipulative.
He's
on the hunt. It's terrible.
Which is so you do fit a lot or not a lot. We'll see. You roll with so
Do I roll?
Not really actually. It's not necessary. I think. You feed on hot blood direct from the source. So yeah.
No, I don't have that move. I'm just feeding, without any benefits.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I should.
Just sort of your basic vampire.
Maybe it hasn't wake up yet. Maybe I haven't eaten for a long time. That would be.
In that case, that case that this could go wrong.
Yeah, sure.
She's full of life, so full of life, like nothing you have tasted in years.
Sure.
And I don't, and especially being in your dark self, I think you are risking losing yourself in the blood.
Risking?
Yeah.
What do you mean risking?
I mean that he's probably going to...
I think he went through that door.
Yeah, but still, initially, I was not going to kill her.
Not objecting. I'm cheerleading.
Yeah.
I'm just cheerleading over here.
What I'm saying is that if you don't want to kill her, you have to do an actual effort. That there's something inside the telling you to go for it, to drink it all up.
When even the guy in the church that was nervous could influence this, then feeding for sure. It's not easy to resist to just suck someone dry. That's it.
So yeah, I think if you want to avoid killing her and lose control, you have to. You're going to have to. I mean, actually, no. I think
hold steady.
Yeah.
Or keep cool or whatever it's called.
Keep cool if when Yeah, I think it could apply because you want to act despite fear.
Right.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that's not. I would not be comfortable with killing her now.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I was about to say like, no, you
I don't know,
Godfrey,
man.
probably
Darkest
do it.
Self. I don't know. I just realized Darkest Self. I don't know if that's viable. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe he's
but
just gonna get it.
I would say, though that I'm darker self, I am on a hunt, but I have like a bigger picture also. Like these are puppets, and and I don't want to kill her. I just
Right.
want to
Okay.
feed on her.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, I think you have to keep your cool. Yeah, I think it makes
Mhm.
sense.
See what happens.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
it's 9.
Uh,
What does
yeah.
it say?
So if you stop now, um, you'll. It's like if stopping in the middle of this at this point is not going to be good for you. It's going to fuck up with your body, with your mind. It's going to leave you vulnerable, exposed, confused. It's basically like having a bad trip.
Yeah, I get it.
Or you can finish the job.
Then in my darker self, I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna risk it to be vulnerable to anyone.
So you are going to go
So
for it.
I just feed as long as I need to. Let's say probably it kills her. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I think I don't know if this is going to kill her for well.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think whatever as soon as you need to is too long for her. Sure. Yeah. Ron?
I don't know where you're going to take us in the woods.
You wanna jump in?
I'm saying it's either way. I totally want it to be up to Ahin. Or maybe we can come on the body later.
I mean, I did have an idea for now.
Okay, you go right ahead.
So
let's go.
Yeah, she's probably going to die if she's not there already. She's very close to her when you finish feeding. Her skin is white. His eyes are look so big because it's like she has lost weight. She's pretty close. She looks a little bit like a corpse already.
Okay. Yeah. So after I'm satisfied. I just like have this like gesture, like when.
And you feel powerful. You feel fucking mighty right now.
But I look at her, and she's breathless. Let's say, yeah.
To begin with, among other problems, yeah.
And I am a little bit upset. Let's say that it's not as I planned. Not because she's dead, but
yeah. And it is a good thing that you are not vulnerable right now.
Can the picture blow away on the wind?
Yes.
She released it from her like dead hand.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
I think this is a good moment because that picture flows in the wind, and someone takes it, catches it in the air. And is the woman you saw in the city. The vampire.
Okay.
I think she was planning to approach you while you were distracted, but thankfully you are in control, so she cannot see her coming, and she she looks at you and she smiles as she says, "I've been looking for you."
I like lean from still holding the girl. Like I look at her with cold, not so thirsty eyes now. Who are you?
My name is Jessica.
Jessica. That doesn't tell me anything.
Well, you know what I am, and I know what you are now. At least before I suspected it. Now, well, as she looks at the body, there's not much doubt. You and me. We are similar.
Maybe. What do you want from me?
She takes a step closer to you.
Did I interrupt it to your hunt or something? Do you have something against me? I'm standing from the I'm leaving, like the body just slides from my lap.
Yeah. Wait, now one of her eyes is blind now. Like one is completely gone, and the other has a scar.
Mm-hmm. You
don't
look too good.
Yeah.
Someone beat you?
I had an encounter yesterday after you left.
You noticed me, that I was there? How do you know
that? I could feel your thirst a mile away.
Well, that's not gonna happen anymore.
Oh, you are a big boy now, after you killed the little girl?
She's just...
What? Sleeping? Taking a nap? She's dead. You fucking did it. And should you enjoyed it as well?
You know how it is.
Of course I know.
You don't enjoy it?
Of course I do. That's why I'm here. You may not know this, but all of this whole town, these woods, they're all my territory. And you are taking my prey.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was afraid of. That one of you might show up.
But
so
turns out...
What do you want from me? Do you want me to leave?
Well, no. Before I would have just killed you.
That's good, because I cannot leave.
Instead, it turns out we have an enemy here. The thing that attacked me yesterday. I don't want it roaming around.
So, you want to team up to hunt this thing?
Yes. And in exchange, I will not only let you continue feeding here, but I will show you all the things you can do. I've seen others like you before, from the old continents, with a stick up your ass. You don't really know what the immortal life has to offer.
Go American vampires. They have something special, evidently.
I could show you all the fun we could get up to.
Oh, now she's finally making sense.
Yeah.
I'm like looking at the sea, at her. Why not? And I just take the body with my one hand and throw it from the cliff.
Yes. I'm going to say that she's seen you like at your most pure, uncontrolled point. So I think she's going to take a strain on you.
Okay. Why is that?
Because
just like that, yeah.
yeah, it is one of the things I get to do, but not always.
It's a GM move. Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, because she has seen you exposed as you really are, and dump a body. She has shit on you. She has like leverage on you.
Did I not impress her with that?
I mean,
maybe that's part of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Jessica, one on me. Okay.
So yeah, she's like, she says, "Come with me. I'll show you everything." I imagine you go with her.
Yeah, we just walk away from there.
Okay. Sure. In the meantime.
Well, I'm just looking for a body if anyone left one around.
I mean, if only a body will fall from the sky right now.
Exactly. That's...
I mean,
I was perfectly happy to show him his own body, like holding up his head after I sever it to look at his own body. That had occurred to me, but if there's another body that's easier, that's okay too.
I mean, yeah, like I cannot avoid it. Like a body, literally, like you're walking in the forest, and the body falls from the sky, in front of you, like with a sound.
Right.
And a blood. Well, maybe not as much blood as.
No, I don't think there's a whole lot of
that. But yeah, it splashes into the ground.
It's all in me.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
Dagny does like 1 second of response, looking at it, then looks up at the Rev and says, "See?" And the
Reverend,
her hunger is for thrills.
Yeah.
And she sated them yesterday, but she's ready for some more, I think. And so she says, so take your pick, Rev, she says. First dance. Me or her?
See, he wipes his face with a napkin, and he says, "I should inform you, lady, that this is very much not my first dance." As he goes for the body.
Oh, I see. Okay. So, and by dance I meant dance, incidentally, you sick person.
Yeah.
So the
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
I know. I do. Yeah.
And so the thank God. So they're yes. So I guess they're going to dance, which and so Dagny's going to give is going to actually I want to look at Alastor and say, Alastor, looking around, you got to see this. And I don't know. I don't know what Alastor thinks. I'm real curious.
Just let me know, Alastor, if you want to interrupt me at any point. But the Reverend is going to walk to the body, to what is left of the body, and start to kind of go through the different parts, and he with his hands, he the kind of the thorax is already a little bit is broken already, so he reaches into it and opens it, and you can hear the crack of the bones breaking apart. He seems to be very strong, and he reaches into.
Yes, Dagny says, "Dude." She wasn't really expecting that.
Yeah, no. He reaches inside and he yanks something out of it, and you can see the heart in his hand. And he stands up.
This guy.
And he says, "It's time you learned a different kind of dance." And he takes a bite of it. In fact, he eats all of it.
Right. Well, I didn't like her very much. She was mean to me and got me ostracized.
Sure.
And I am afraid that I'm going to have to gaze into the abyss. Because if I go into my darker self, I'm going to crave flesh. So maybe I've kind of got it backwards in a way, seeing him eat flesh. I'm not. I mean, I guess I don't have to like check my darker self. But what does my darker self do? What is it? What is the basic move? I want to make sure. I've got first edition, and the phrasing is different here and there, and I want to make sure I'm not going by.
Yeah. Let me.
It might be the same, but I'm not sure.
Hollow mortal ghoul.
I do like that first edition cover.
Your doll. I've come to like the second edition more.
Yeah, I like it too. But I'm used to this one, I think.
Yeah. Your doll hunger sharpens. You can focus on anything else but feeding. And in addition to your peculiar cravings, you recognize something else. That primordial hunger which connects all hungers.
That's if I go into my darker self.
Yes.
Right? I'm asking, what does gaze into the abyss? What is that basic move that everybody has?
Gaze into the abyss, yeah.
Yeah, what does it do?
Basically it puts you in contact with the darkness inside you, or the darkness in the universe. It's really it depends on your character, whatever makes sense for you, and you gain information.
You know what? I'm going to take a different. I'm going to try and keep cool, because I have just decided and realized that there is such a thing as too far. And it kind of snaps me out. It kind of snaps me out, and I'm like, wait a minute. I was having a really nice time with Alistor, and then I got all hungry for fun. And now look where we are.
Fucked up.
Yeah, I think this is triggered because
I'm definitely going to try to keep my cool, because I want to get back to where me and Alistor was. This all went wrong.
Yeah.
This whole thing went wrong. What am I doing with this needle in my arm? Why do I do this?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at right now. I just felt
it.
So, I mean, I totally did. And that's where the dice are going right now.
Sure.
So, okay. So I've got to keep this is with cold?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got a cold of 1.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah. I rolled an 8. I got a 9.
A 9. Yeah. If you can take he's morbid, so you can use that against him.
I can? Does it give me a +1?
Yes.
10.
But how you use that?
Oh, easily enough. I mean, he's already eating a dead body in front of me. He's already in the throes of morbid. But I'm going to I'm going to act like I'm fascinated, and I'll come up and I'll be saying, "Oh, Rev, oh, Rev, oh, Rev." And then I'm going to I'm going to basically hockey stick him, right? Just hockey stick him, and it's not really like an attack to do harm, but it's very much a rejection.
Push him.
Yeah, very much a rejection, shoving him away from the body, and maybe making him sit down. And and then, but my main thing is like, Alastor, I made a really, really, really super big mistake, and I'm like backing away from the situation in a way that's very much like, and I need to get out of here.
Sure. Let me take care of a few mechanical things. First, I think the morbid tag, it could still apply. It doesn't necessarily go away when you use it. But in this case, like, he has gone beyond that. Like, oh, you're calling him morbid. He's eating a corpse. Maybe, yeah.
It's now like...
I was going to say, I figured morbid already applied, but I figured if I acted like I was excited by it, then that would kind of...
Yeah, no, it applies. Yeah. I'm saying that he doesn't have it anymore. You cannot take advantage of it anymore. I think because now...
I think he's still pretty morbid. I just can't take advantage of it anymore.
Yes, exactly.
Right. I don't think that's going away as a characterization.
No, for sure, for sure. And I also, since you got a 10, you can ask me a question about the situation, and as long as you are acting upon that information, you get a +1. So it'll come handy soon, probably.
Yeah. What does this have to do with like the school authorities? I mean, is this guy just like feeding on students, and like what's up with the grown-ups, for fuck's sake?
I mean, I think
I mean, even the basics. Nothing. I'm not asking for a full org chart, an organization chart of all the depravity of every single secretary.
Yeah, here, I have a PowerPoint.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know. Angel turns around, pulls the whiteboard behind him, and that's what I expected. But but that's not just like the quick version of like, is this school like a total occultist, serial killer, cannibal, craziness place?
Maybe now some things is clicking,
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's not sure that literally everyone is involved, but this seems to be that is for sure that there's some kind of symbiotic relationship between the school and this individual. Right. He's getting something, and you can see what he's getting out of this, and the school is getting something else.
Alastor, how exactly did you die? Because this is when I think Dagny totally figures it out. Right. Alastor, or how did Alastor physically die all those years ago? You said he had been left to die, and that he had been alone.
What was the actual situation?
Yeah, can you give me the visual of it, like a flashback?
Yeah, coughing. Coughing, just not being able to breathe, sick, coughing, thinking that he will clean himself on his own by coughing. Just
where
was
that?
Was he in a dorm room? Was he hiding? Was
in his room? Yeah,
in his room.
Yeah.
And like, did he choked up just like that?
He was trying to cough like in a way that nobody else would hear.
Right, and so of course it didn't work.
So like hiding under the under the blanket.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's terrible.
Exactly.
That sounds really bad.
And well, Dagny's going to look at him and said, "And you stayed safe all this time." The idea is, I mean, bad as that death was, I mean, you've been safely hidden as a ghost away from all this badness the whole time.
Yeah.
Alastor, and she's like almost going to like seize you in almost like a closeness, kind of to hold you close to her. And I mean, and it's like you can even maybe feel like how her body isn't put together just right.
By the way, the Reverend is finishing. He has continued eating because you were apparently so into it. He's so excited. He's now finishing the liver. And
thank you so much for that.
You can hear the sound of the munching. And he's almost done. So if you have something in mind to do, I would suggest you do it now.
I'll ask Alistair, what do we do?
Okay. Can I have a question? When you asked before, how did I die? You were asking at that time, or you wanted to know so that you act?
What, you're asking me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no, I see. I was going to say that Dagny is defined all the way back in character creation as knowing how you died. And I guess I'm being a little bit artistic by having the fact that she kind of knew that you were a ghost kind of came more and clearer to her last session. And this is where all the knowledge for that kind of all comes into place. So I guess it's been kind of a gradual definition of what we knew. So she wasn't asking how you died and asking you to tell her. That was for me, the player. So I know now what Dagny knows.
I am really dissatisfied by the fact that somebody else is there. And this time I am looking into Dagny's eyes and like a really piercing look. Like I don't say something, but it's you shouldn't do it. Like you shouldn't bring somebody else. And I really don't care what the other person is doing. I have no interest in dead bodies. Because they have nothing to show me, nothing to learn from them. But I show you this dissatisfaction.
Okay, she says, "I'm sorry. Let's get away from him quickly."
And you hear the sound of a bone cracking, and as he hits the marrow of it.
Well, that's good. He's busy. I get that part. I'm back in character, so I'm just like Alistair. It's like, who are you trying to scare?
Okay.
So when you scared me, Angel. You did that, but Dagny's not scared. So she says to Alistair, "Let's get out of here, you and me."
Okay. This "let's get out of here" sounds nice. Please don't be surprised. I grab Dagny's hair and pull her down.
Right.
And run.
Right. So I'm going insubstantial with you. Yeah.
No, I just grab you down. Like I don't take you with me. I grab you down and I run.
Oh, I fall to the ground?
So not necessarily, this was the movement, but I didn't even look what happened. I did it and left.
So it was like a panic, like a panic movement.
No, it is. Is it okay if I explain why I did that?
Yeah, because we need to know what the role might be. Yeah.
The idea is that I am touching, because until now I allowed you to lean towards me during that thing,
and just hold.
I am not the person who would normally do this kind of contacts, and I don't know. It felt like I would do it really fast, touch her hair, but at the same time, touching had this feeling of, oh, it's something new, it's something cool. So
I see. So you touch and then you run, but I run with you.
I don't. Yeah, it can happen. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I'm thinking.
sure.
Right. I wanted to get the idea. It was still a form of contact, even though it was like all messed up. So
So it's a positive message. It's not a negative.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
I get it. And so, and I hear that, and I'm running with you to, dead kid,
case,
togetherness time.
Yeah. In that case, it's kind of Alastor is leading the way now.
Right, exactly.
I think you are the one who's running away, which is a move. So when you run away, roll with volatile.
That's not a problem, I hope.
Both?
Both of us?
No, Alastor. Yes,
Alastor. Okay.
Alastor.
This is not the everyone roll to pick the lock.
Oh, I see. Yes. Okay. Not gonna give that to us, are you, Angel? All right. Yeah, that's a gamer joke, Alistar.
Yes, sorry about that.
Yeah. Oh, you rolled a 2? I think we have to fight a serial killer now.
Yeah. It's a bad one, huh?
I mean, yeah.
The snake eyes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's really cool.
That's okay. Them. And they're so huge, right? These enormous dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Like on my sessions, when you roll snake eyes, you get something special.
Oh yeah, in this case you get experience points. Well, let's not forget
because you failed something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So mark an experience point.
That's good. That helps.
I'm not saying experience, but I on my session you get something extra bad.
They're special and they're special. I see.
Yeah, I'm just.
Okay, so what happens is that you go to run away, and then you hear his voice, and he says, "You're leaving so soon?" And then you Alastor, feel this cold touch in your chest, like something reaching inside you and grabbing your very heart. If you had, even if you don't have a physical one anymore, and this feeling of coldness, of emptiness starts to invade your body, and we see that he has moved incredibly fast, and he has reached into your physic form, and he's messing with it.
I am gonna hockey stick the hell out of his head.
Yeah. So you, he's fucking with you for real. Alastor, you take 2 harm.
No roll even? Ouch.
I take 2 harm.
There was a roll.
There was a roll, and he felt it.
Okay, yeah, you just had to go and make it. All right.
So I got 1 experience point plus 2 harm.
Yeah.
There is a harm track. They have the triangles. You can color them.
Harm. I don't see where the harm thing is in the.
It's above your experience.
Yeah. It will be here.
Triangles. Can you see?
Just give me. I will.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's just a graphic. It just looks like a little, design, But it's more than that. It's actually something you use.
You can also write it on a paper.
Angel, show him again, because I don't think he saw it when you held it up.
Yeah, please.
So this is your character sheet. If you turn around here.
Okay.
When you have darker self, and next to it you have experience and harm. Do you have? Maybe
I don't have this.
You don't have cards. Okay.
Well, if you just
this is interesting, but why I don't have it?
Yeah.
Because I think you're using the.
He's using the manual, not the skin sheet.
You
know what? It's not a big deal.
Yeah, just take a note.
It's not a big deal. Just write 2 harm.
Yeah.
I did.
Then
Red.
you're fine.
Okay.
You're good.
Yeah,
You're good.
I did.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I
So-
sent you the card.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
thank
can
you.
Coloring
do
things
that.
in is more fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So,
That's
Alastor, you are busy being consumed into nothingness. What is Dagny going to do?
I already told you he's getting hockey sticked,
Sure.
and I'm
that
really
makes
good
sense.
at that. So
I imagine so.
That's a +2
Uh,
for volatile.
Nice. Sure. So roll with to lash out physically. This is like a desperate, but probably maybe effective roll hit. Yeah.
We don't know yet. I mean,
Let's see.
his snake eyes doesn't prevent me from rolling the same.
Yeah.
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 I get a total of 8.
Total 8. Okay. That's not terrible. She probably won't die of this.
Okay.
Do you have anything you could use? Do you don't have a strength of fin or anything?
No strings on him, no.
Okay. So on a 7 to 9,
Okay.
to
Yeah,
9,
but-
you harm them.
Oh, good.
And you harm them pretty good.
Whack.
What do you hit him in the head, bash him in the head, or?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was my coach.
Double hands.
Yeah, I was going to say, my coach would have been very impressed. I showed excellent form. Right.
Nice. But you have to choose one. They learn something about your true nature and gain a strain on you. The MC decides how bad the harm turns out.
Mhm.
You become your darker self. Those are your 3 options, and you have to pick one.
Is this a trick question?
Yes, I think that's yes.
No, that's okay. So I ignore the 2 that don't make any sense or mean anything to me at all, and I after doing all the harm to him that I want, with you having nothing to say about it, how much harm does it do? If I don't let you say, then how much does it do? However much I want. 'Cause that would be awesome.
I mean, it would depend, but
What
I would
does-
say basically in this game is if it's like a more or less normal harm from a punch to a stab in a non-vital place, that's 1 harm. If it's something like really big, like a proper life-threatening thing, that's 2 harm.
This was intended to be a lethal strike.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So I'm going to say it's 2 harm. So
Sure.
Second, I'll go into my darker self and drop the stick. The next strike is going to be bite first. I mean, you know what it is? The blood. I mean, he's smeared. He's covered with blood. He's probably got meat between his teeth.
Yeah.
You know,
and the first time
I totally whack him, and then I'm like, come on, and then the smell and the look hits me, and it just is like, it's all over again. The addiction is back twice as much as it was before, and the next thing I'm going to do is go after him with full intention of eating him back.
Honestly, you bash him in the head, you almost broke his head. If you are going to eat him, I'm not going to. I cannot stop you.
He goes down?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, wow.
But
He's
Alastor,
fragile. Awesome. Okay.
not really. But you are like in your darker self and in like monster mode. So yeah.
Now I'm monster mode, and I am getting ready to. I'm just gonna like drop to my knees, drop the stick, and just, you can see, and she doesn't have fangs or anything. Just so, but she's going to just start feeding on him in a second. And right now, she's just like breathing in anticipation.
Alastor, you are now released from this pressure.
Yeah.
Just in time to see Dagny about to consume a kind of living human being ate his
because
flesh
he's
and
still
bone.
alive. Oh my god.
Well, not
now.
for much longer. Anyway.
Yeah,
Is there anything you want to do about that?
Yeah. And also, I mean, Dagny wants to be with you. It's just that something about this just keeps triggering this addiction of hers.
She's going to eat a human being in front of you.
No, let's let him decide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You said that it was like I was almost disappearing there, right?
For a second, yes, but you are okay now, more or less. Again,
Okay.
Weakened with the harm, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So I see the person that is in danger to be eaten, and I want to help because I see in his eyes absolute fear, like blank fear, just fear. If there was a color for fear, I see this. So I cover the body. I cover the body with my body, like.
Right. Okay.
Nice.
What gets me out of my darker self?
Good question.
Overindulgence and
you escape your darker self once you are overindulged, or you've been locked out of for long enough to regain composure.
Well,
so
I have been what?
Locked out. Basically, when you take an addict and lock him out in a room for a couple of days.
Okay, yeah. So, that's kind of the question. I am really stuck between going through Alastor to get to this flesh, or seeing this as a prevention. I can still make moves and stuff, right? Even though I'm in my darker self.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, because I really don't want to hurt Alastor.
But you're in your darker
I think
self.
at this point, Alastor, in his own way, by putting himself in the way, he's shutting you down.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh.
Yeah. So
That's good.
So if you do that, then that kind of locks me away from my feed.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be probably it's not going to be enough to get you out, but at least so you don't go deeper into this. So Alastor, roll with cold.
Roll 2 dice and add your cold, which is I believe 1. No, you're minus 1 at cold. Yeah.
It says 9.
In total? Okay.
Wait, 9 is what the dice say?
Yes, the dice says 9.
And then what is your cold?
On your character sheet.
Yeah.
I have not changed from the beginning, right?
Correct.
No.
I don't think so.
So -1.
So that's 8. You do have at least 2 strings on. No, wait.
He has. Actually, I have strings on. I have strings on him.
2.
So you, if you have 2 strings, you could spend those 2 to get this to a 10, if you wanted.
I'm allowed to give him. I'm allowed to give him +1s.
No. If Alastor has them, he can spend them.
I don't know if he does or not. I don't think so.
Oh,
I thought that Dagny has on me, not me on her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just asking if you had them. If not,
okay.
I don't know if I have, to be honest. Yeah.
Yes, Alastor has 1 on me.
That will not be enough. Do you have any
conditions?
Condition?
My only condition is ostracized.
I mean, you could use that.
Well, because she is the only. Yeah,
he's the only one.
He can. He's the only one. Yeah, that works.
Yeah. So if you spend your string and use her condition of ostracized, because you are the only one who is by her side, you could get to 10.
But
And what will
do you want
10 is a complete success.
Yes. Right
And
now
in
you are
this
on
case, it
on
would
pass.
go a long way to helping her snap out of it too.
Yeah.
Okay, I do it.
Yeah.
So erase the string, and
I mean, I cannot erase because I never had it, but yeah.
You don't have a string.
No,
I mean, I never put it in my notes. I didn't know
Yeah.
that I have a string.
Yeah, you have a string on me because you remind
for
me of what love
remember
is.
love. Yes.
And so you see, it's very, very appropriate for you to use that string right now.
yeah.
And then the fact that I feel ostracized and you're the only person who doesn't treat me like I don't exist.
Yeah. Okay.
That
So
all helps your roll from an 8 to a 10. Because that's 2
and
more.
now,
And that
and now
actually
this person
really
is throwing himself.
Yeah.
Right. So this actually, that we've got every bit of the relationship between the two of them just hits really hard. I already spent one of my strings for tempting him. I'm not going to spend. I am going to make a roll.
Wait, because he has to decide
First thing
first.
first.
Yes.
So
right.
now you succeeded in this action, in this move. So you have to choose one of these results. She could lose a string on you if you wanted. If she didn't have any string, which
I have
she
one
does,
left.
so you don't have access to this one. You could you could make her gain a condition, like for example, monster, or something like that. Or you could take 1+1 forward to your next roll. You could have a +1 to your next roll, which could be to help her.
That's kind of the easiest option.
Yeah.
So you will completely succeed in what you're doing, and you're so good. It worked out so well. You just get a nice bonus for your next roll, for no reason. You just get to have a nice plus for your next thing you do.
I'm curious, when you give a condition to someone, how does this affect the game, the story?
Basically, when where other players or NPCs are going against them, they can take advantage of that condition.
So it's only negative.
Sadly,
yes.
in this game, it kind of is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The good example would be while I had the ostracized condition, which I still do. Then say I'm in the situation with some other teenager and I try to shut them down. I try to make them shut up and whatever. I would have a -1 to that roll because ostracized is just not. Or if they're trying to shut me down, they'll get a +1 because my ostracized condition is no good in that situation.
Yeah,
so it's kind of a floating trait, and it will go away after a significant amount of story effort or events.
Basically,
to go away
when it makes sense. It goes away when it makes sense.
Yeah.
In the same way it made sense with the priest.
So I take the last option, the good one.
Yeah, the plus
one in the next.
Okay.
So yeah, I think you do have an effect on her. I imagine. Do you freeze, Dagny?
I'm going to stumble back, and I'm actually breathing irregularly, trying to suck in air, and then the air catches because I can't get in a full breath. And I'm going to to look around a little bit wildly. I'm going to, I'm actually going to I'll throw up a little bit. I'll actually spit out vomit. At the thought of eating flesh, right? Eating a body, being like him, right? The thought completely disgusts me. Now that you've prevented it. So I'm actually going to hit my knees and spit up a little bit and cough and spit and turn toward you. And for once, my eyes are they're still not the eyes of a well person. but they are gazing at you not in like hunger, like she wants to consume something, but in pure pleading. I mean, it's the real Dagny. It's the Dagny who sits with you. It's the Dagny who found you, who brought you back. It's the Dagny who ran with you to play, and not in the bad way. And you know what? This is not. I do not treat this as a role to turn him on. I am not going to turn him on, but I will kiss him.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's totally turning him on. It depends on him, actually, I think.
I was going to say, it's up to the GM as far as whether the role is. I'm just talking about Dagny's state of mind.
Not her intention.
This is the, and it is erotic. I mean, it's a real, but the point is that that whole thing of we're in our bodies, we're here, we're actually here, we were dead, but we're still here, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and she's no good at it. It's probably pretty clear that Dagny had little prior experience.
Mm-hmm.
Whether there's a role involved or not, just feel free. I'm not.
On one side, I do. It's just that the consequences of the role could be really, really appropriate. Like I feel like it could go to the interesting places, and
because I think because it doesn't. If
I mean, now that I think about it, forget about it. Alastor, how do you respond to this case?
Good.
She seems to be like
attempted kiss.
Yeah.
Or no.
But
you know what it is?
Right?
It's totally the teenager thing in the back of a car, kind of.
Just to visualize it, like I am on over a body, and you kiss like here, or
no. I mean, basically, she's stumbled back and she's stopped going after the body. So I mean, it's not like you even have to be at the body anymore. I'm not going after it. I'm visibly extremely disgusted by what I just almost did. And I look at you in a way that, is 1,000 kinds of thank you and I'm sorry and where were we and you matter to me kind of look in her eyes. And she's actually probably going to try and, if you don't move on your own, she's going to get you away from that disgusting, repellent object. And no, she's not kissing you nicely on the side of your cheek. She is giving you very unskilled sexual kissing.
Big mistake. No, joke. I will piss on myself.
Really?
Yes,
literally.
Literally. The intention is not to piss. It's a pleasant thing, but it comes out like that.
Really?
Yeah. I piss on myself. That's
but
okay.
At which moment?
I'm a ghoul.
Okay.
I am okay with that.
Thank you.
I
don't know.
I'm a ghoul. The question is whether your character is going to. Well, first of all, it's nice to meet you. My character is trying to have sex with yours.
Yeah. That's a good
so
point.
let's
did you go along with it?
Welcome to Lineless Role Playing, and
welcome to Monsterhearts.
So the question is, what does Alastor do? And you are free to do as you will, and it is up to Ihel to see whether there is a role involved based on your.
Okay.
Because I'm still not real sure about your reaction. I'm not objecting to it. I'm just saying it's not going to stop her from doing what she's doing.
Yeah.
She's
I don't want to
trying
stop
to. Yeah, she's not trying to force you.
Yeah.
This is almost asking. She's terrified that you're going to reject her.
Yeah. No, I believe that from the time that Dagne showed interest in me, not interest, but the will to have me around, I am happy with this. So yes, I piss on myself because if you say you had little prior experience, I have no experience.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So grabbing your hair was
that's the far as
the most
gone,
erotic thing I could do.
Right.
Selfishly, but still erotic. So the kiss makes me peel myself, and
well, as I say, that's one good thing about being an undead chick is that certain things are just not going to be a problem. So, so right then.
She won't basically. Dagny wants to have sex with Alastor, but this is your character, and you have like.
I think he just said yes, Angel. I think he just said yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't say yes orally, like yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, says yes. Alastor shows it in a way that cannot be interpreted, probably.
Alastor is like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not like this. It's like.
Yeah.
Well, like a corpse, so still feel like home. We don't necessarily go into details into what happened, but the sex moves do activate.
Tell me my sex move.
Sex move activate.
Let's start with the ghoul. Oh God.
It's not really good. That's the problem.
It is great. It is great.
Well, I mean, it's good in its ghoulish fashion, but yes.
Oh my God! Really?
When you have sex with someone, create a new hunger.
Right. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah. Well, not necessarily.
How about sex?
So yeah, think about that.
Let me think about that one.
And the ghost. Where's the ghost? Where did I leave the ghost? Ghost. When you have sex with someone, you both get to ask a question of one another. This can be asked in character or player to player. And they must answer honestly and directly.
We both ask, right?
Yes, to each other, yeah. One to each other.
Okay. Can I ask?
Sure.
So,
please.
Okay, I will ask like Alastor, okay?
Sure.
So here is Dagne, and I'm looking down, but towards Dagne. Like me? Yeah.
She says, more than anyone. And I guess she's going to have to say it. And it's not a very adult thing to say. There's more teenage conflation of sex with love. There's all kinds of confusions. There's everything. But she will say that she loves you.
Okay, so Dagon is still there. So I look in the eyes. And
well, she can ask her question now.
Okay.
My question is going to be asked by me, the player, because I don't think Dagny will articulate it very well. But whatever she says will be communicated and answered. Which is, can we just be normal? Can we just go back to school and just do it right and just be together and just go to school and just, can we just be normal? Can you and I can just go back and just do it the way everybody thinks we do and just be, can we just
And now I
pretend?
answer or I'll ask her
Can
answer.
we just, will you try with me? Will you try? We'll just go and we'll be normal, and with I'll be your girlfriend, and we'll go to class, and we'll, do our homework, and we'll just, we won't.
No, because I'm not normal. I want to, but I can't. Yeah.
Okay.
It's me talking now, not Alistair,
No,
right?
I completely understand.
I know, I know.
I know. That's
I
exactly
love
right.
it, but it broke my
Okay.
heart.
Can we go and pick on Petter now, please?
Yeah.
Actually,
But this
I'm
is second question.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
So do you have a hunger before we leave you for now? Do you have a hunger?
Oh yeah, I got to think about. Yeah.
If no, like you can tell me.
This it doesn't have to be from the list.
Not necessarily.
Okay. Because the trouble is that I don't want to create a hunger that doesn't cause trouble. So keep in mind that I'm picking something that I think will cause trouble.
Sure.
Normality.
Okay.
I mean, bearing in mind that she's almost certainly going to be really bad at it, so the more she tries, the worse it'll get. Something will happen. So.
Okay.
I think
you have now two hungers, yeah?
I have a hunger for thrills, and I have a hunger to be normal.
Normality, yeah. Okay, I lived. Yeah.
Which, in other words, total disaster.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll trust you to fuck this up.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to like dodge the trouble of the game. I don't think she's going to succeed very well. So.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be of health either. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
When someone who's not normal tries to be normal, that will not end well.
That's the
okay.
idea.
So we are going to leave you both there. The only thing I say before we leave is that we haven't seen we haven't seen everything, but we've seen this last part of the conversation of asking each other, and then we kind of move away from you two and go back to the place where the body of the Reverend was, and I say was because he's no longer there. And then we go away.
Creepy shit. Yeah, baby.
You didn't kill him. You didn't finish him.
Well.
So.
Where is my Rev?
Well, where's Bob? I'm gonna call him Bob until he gets a
name. He is well.
No, I didn't ask you. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. So Peter.
Mm-hmm. Where is she taking me? Where are you taking me?
That's a good question. She is taking you to town. She's taking you. Well, you have already fed.
Yeah.
So you don't need to go hunting.
I know that town. It's not a fun place. It's not much to do here. And I'm actually glad about that.
Um, I know someone who can help us find this thing that is threatening us.
Someone. What do you think at all? What is this thing that you called that it attacked you? Yeah. Is it hunting us?
I don't know. It's some kind of spirit or entity. Didn't have a body. I cannot.
Ghost or
Yes, I cannot.
raven or wrath. I don't know. They call it different everywhere I go.
It doesn't have a body to tear apart,
Hmm.
and I don't like that. So we need some help from someone specialized in this kind of thing.
What do you mean? Like a hunter or a witch or something?
Yes, something like that.
Maybe we cannot handle this ourselves.
Well, look at how that turned out, and she points at her eyes.
But now I'm with you. So 2 vampires is not enough for some ghost?
We have to find him. Do you know how to track a ghost? One who doesn't leave any smell?
Did you saw him? Or it? Or she? Whatever?
I saw something. Look, if we get this person to help us find it, then we take care of it.
Okay.
Unless you have a better idea.
I could just, my idea was to go around and ask. I don't know.
Well,
I have a few friends.
Friends who could help us?
Maybe. I'm not sure of the full value. Maybe they're useful, maybe they're not.
In that case...
But I think meeting your friend, yeah, that might help as well. I just don't want to get in too much trouble.
Well, I think it's a little bit too late for that. It was too late once you push the body into the cliff.
Maybe.
Besides,
maybe I can still do something about it.
Besides, you may know her already.
Really?
Yes, you're awfully young. Do you go to that school?
My face is like getting grim. Like, what is she talking about? I'm a little bit lost, let's say.
There's a student in that school who is very special. Someone who has special abilities, supernatural abilities.
Mm. Who is this? I need to know if there's someone in school, then
I think
it's not safe.
Hmm. I think she's called Sarah.
Impossible.
So you knew. So you do know her.
It's impossible. I would notice something.
Would you now? Are you sure of that?
Are you sure?
There's only one way to find out.
Okay. Lead the way.
So she takes you to school. How long you have been traveling around? I would say it's like midway through the day at least.
Yeah, probably. 2
Uh,
hours. 2-3 hours, maybe.
So students are basically having their lunch time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, but wait, that's the British people who eat at 12.
We do that too.
Okay. So yeah, they're having their lunch time, and you sneak into the. Alicia has to sneak into this place, and you find Sarah, and they sit under a tree, eating on her own alone, and she has a book in her with her, and she's reading while she's eating.
Okay. I freeze for a moment when when we were going there.
Well,
And I say, I don't think it's a good idea. I think we can handle this.
well. Don't tell me the mighty vampire has a thing for this little girl. Are you afraid of her? In love with her? Both?
In love. That's really funny. I don't think that involving a witch or something it's good for my agenda here. She better not know who I am or what I am.
You think people are afraid of us, but the fact is,
They
they
should be.
in fact, they love to be preyed upon. It's their nature.
What do you mean?
We kill them, and they love us for it. If you show yourself to this girl, you want to scare her. She'll give herself to you. And she had a string on you, so I'm going to offer. I'm tempting you. So if you do go talk with her and get her involved, you get an experience point.
Okay, so it was she was trying to convince me that they like to be afraid or they like to be like hunted.
Yeah, kind of like that. At least by you.
Oh.
So she's trying to convince you. That's her argument. But what she wants you to do is go talk with her and get her involved and get her help. Get her to help.
Okay.
It's not so bad. It's pretty innocent, I think. What could go wrong?
Yeah, right. Nice try.
I will try to. Let's not talk that who we are.
Of course.
I will try maybe convince her to help us.
Of course. So you do take the experience point, right?
Yeah, I go with her.
Perfect. So she says, Jessica says, I think I'll wait here. I will only get in the way between you two.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to stay back, while you go talk with her.
Mm-hmm.
And Sarah is basically really minding her own business, reading a book. So you can approach her and she won't notice you until you are like just beside her.
I'm approaching her and I'm kind of like, like bowing and like looking, trying to look, because she probably has like, her head is in her book or whatever. And I like, oh, what is she reading? Can I notice what is she reading?
Yes. She's reading Pride and Prejudice.
Okay. I didn't expect that you're in a novel types,
She kind of when she notices you, she's like, and she's like, oh, I didn't see you there.
Do you like this kind of books?
Well, yes. And she looks like a little bit ashamed, or used to. I guess.
Okay. I saw you around. Are you first year?
She nods.
Still getting used to the school, yeah?
Yeah, I guess.
That's. I heard. I heard about you. That you have a really particular hobby.
What do you mean?
I'm only asking because I think I share it.
I don't know what you're implying, but look, I'm not looking for trouble. I was just.
I just thought that
I'm creepy.
that I will
stare
find
at you. I draw you, and now I'm talking about a mysterious hobby that I'm sure that we share. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a name for that.
So I'm just trying to let's say where was I?
Yeah, she said like I'm not looking for trouble.
Okay. Oh,
because she thinks you are bullying her.
Yeah, I assure you, I mean no trouble to you. I thought we just, I will find someone to talk about it. I didn't know anyone else that is interested in,
In what?
ghosts.
Good one. I mean, it is you, so you are turning her on. Like,
Okay.
I don't think. Yeah, like
he's also beautiful and everything.
Yeah.
Let's make too hot kick in.
And still dark self, right?
Yeah.
Is he?
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm still my dark self.
Yes. Nothing happened to bring him out.
Yeah, I was.
Well, I don't know. I thought when he bowed to Jessica that he was kind of like being put in his place, but that's.
I didn't bow to her. I never bowed to her. I if she wants to, that need to be something serious to turn me.
Yeah,
like,
she'd have to win a roll against you to put you to shut you
Yeah,
down
like or do something like to show me her power over.
Yeah.
Okay. I will know it. Okay, I have 9. 9.
Okay. In that case, she chooses between giving you a string on something else. I mean, I would love to give you a stream with this girl. I feel like she'll get embarrassed and act awkward. Yeah.
I was thinking about it.
So she's like, at the moment she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she starts to pick up things from around, like,
please don't run.
She's trying to get up.
I just saw you doing the same thing that I do, hanging, alone.
I don't know what you saw, but I'm not that. I don't want this to happen again. Please, just
again.
And I grab her hand.
May I remind you that you have this amazing power to hypnotize people?
I'm preparing to that. I'm grabbing her hand.
Sure.
Oh, dude, there's a name for that too.
For what?
No, nothing. We're playing monsters. I get it. Okay.
Come on. I'm grabbing her hand and I like, pull her a little bit towards me and look her in the eyes and says, sit down, calm down, and we'll have a talk.
Okay, sure. I'm trying to search for your move again. How did it work?
I can hypnotize people that have no strings on me. And I roll with hot. And 10, everything's fine, and they do exactly.
But okay, great. Yeah. So yeah, go for it.
No idea.
Go for it.
10.
Of course.
So they do exactly what I wish. Idea that anything is wrong.
So yeah, she's like, she like stops moving and like, and she's like, okay, and she sits down calmly. What did you want to talk? What did you want to talk about?
I hold her hand, like if my body. I'm looking at her and like, I told you that I'm interested in the same thing that you're interested in, or it's a part of what you're up to, in ghosts, and that's true. I'm not trying to make fun of you. Just I need your help. I think there's in this school or in the town there's some being that is disrupting the peace of students and in town locals. I think I had some experience with it, and it was nothing nice. I want to see what it is, and if it means any harm to anyone. Can you help me?
Beautiful. What? She says, I understand. You know, not all spirits are harmful. Some of them are just lost. But
that's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Who is this spirit? Where is it? And what are his intentions or her or it?
All right. I'll help you, but
I have this put a smile. Like, it's a little bit vicious, or like, I don't know.
But
Success. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you have to let me take care of it. If it's just a lost spirit, I'll help it go to continue his journey. If he's evil, I'll cleanse it.
But is it possible to send
that always
that
works.
spirit away?
I mean, I'll do my best.
That's very good. I think seeing what is this will help everyone.
So yeah, she's going to help you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
For the good of the people of the school.
Of course.
But does Piotr know about me being a ghost?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I don't think like
maybe at this point it would not make sense if he did.
Yeah, I don't think I know. For sake of fiction, I don't think that I was investigating everyone. Maybe I didn't notice you like too much.
That happens.
But
I was trying.
I helped you in the past, like not killing someone.
Oh, that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
but I might not know it was you.
Or he might not know that you are a ghost. Like he knows you. He knows you. He just doesn't.
I might know you, but I don't necessarily need to know that.
No, it's fine. It's
a ghost.
just for me to know.
Yeah.
Let's say that I don't know. I know you, like you're, but I don't know that you're a ghost. Yeah.
I want to know if you are suspicious about me.
So in the business, we call this dramatic
I'm not
irony.
gonna tell you.
Yeah, what we know, and what they know. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So she's going to help you, but she's not like just going to go away after. That's her condition basically. She's not going to go away after you find the ghost. She wants to see it to the end, which may or may not be in accordance with your plans.
Mm-hmm. Sure, we'll see.
Okay.
I understood it from what she said. Mm-hmm.
So how time? So she stands up,
Mm-hmm.
and she says, "I have all my things in my room. All I need is there's a ritual to find a spirit. We can use it."
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Do you live in a dormitory, or?
Yeah.
I guess I can come and help you.
Okay.
Do you need help? Can we do it somewhere else? In the woods?
I don't know. The dormitory should be empty now, right? Should be fine.
I don't know. Maybe.
You have to sneak it. It will be mixed. It will not be mixed dormitories. That would not make sense.
No.
There's
no mixed.
The students probably have their ways of.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you have to sneak in.
Mm-hmm.
So she picks all of her things. She's like,
Do you think that during the day it's fine, or better late for the night?
I mean, it'll be harder during the night. Everyone will be, the teachers will be watching, and I mean, I don't know if you think it'll be better at night.
I don't know if you think if it's your ritual, if you think it's better during the day, then I'm up for it.
Okay, so
I will find my way.
sure. So she's going to go to. You both are going to go to her dormitory. You have to sneak in through a window to a vampire. Like this thing is in your nature, appearing in other people's bedroom suddenly. So
when we just walk, I just look at Jessica and nod the
Jessica's following you.
Yeah,
from a
everything's
safe
going
distance.
fine. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She seems quite pleased. So yes, you're going to go to her dormitory.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And once you are inside in her room,
I just jump through the window or something.
Yeah, she when you jump inside, she's like like picking things up from the from the floor. Like her room is like a little bit messy, like the most normal thing, but she seems really ashamed of it, like it was a mess, and it really is nothing. But she's picking at things and trying to hide things, like.
It's a creative mess. I have the same in my room.
In fact, she doesn't seem to be like a painter. She doesn't have painting things, but she has a painting, like a big painting of you will probably recognize it. Is one of those Rubens paintings, really beautiful, really bright, with really bright colors.
Yeah.
And she was, while you're watching her, she takes something from below her bed, and she takes out like a box full of things, and she starts to check things out of it, like a few candles, black candles, and incense, and some like a statue of like one of those fertility goddesses, kind of like the form of a woman, and she's like putting things, arranging everything in like a circle, and she's like, if you are going to help me, I need you to sit down with me in the center of the circle. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And now
I'm a little bit suspicious, but I'm sitting like what is this? What are we doing?
It'll be even more amusing when she starts taking on. She says that the clothes have to go, but I don't know if she's that kind of witch.
Not yet. Not yet.
I make no requests. I was just actually the only thing that was amusing me was the look on Petter's face if that happens. That's where I was going with this.
No, but we have to hold hands while I do the ritual. Okay.
Yeah, so I gently grab her by.
So basically, you are sitting in front of each other. Okay. Just
legs crossed, yeah.
Just hold tight and try to not make any noise, or I need to be concentrated. And she starts. She closes her eyes. She starts to kind of sing or chant in a really low tone, like almost calming voice. And you don't really know what she's saying. There's this warm feeling that is invading you, like she starts to emanate this aura of like yeah, like warm, like the kind of feeling that you get when you are in the middle of a green field, and the sun is hitting you in your face,
Mhm.
and
All
everything
these
is
things
beautiful.
vampires like so much.
Yeah,
No, not really.
but you
Yeah.
don't feel it like
Uh,
as a vampire. Like for you, that kind of shit is thing is bullshit. You feel it as you will feel it when you were if you were human, which I don't think
okay,
you
but
know about.
still, this is really strange for me. Like when I said I was concerned a little bit. When she's chanting, I try to focus and see what's going on really.
You
If
are,
she's in,
yeah, you are gazing into the abyss.
sure.
Swell.
So roll with
Let's
dark.
let's get some XP. Well, not today. It's 7.
7. Oh, interesting. Uh,
That's great.
oof. Sure. So you start to look to her, try to see what is going on, and it's like her. It's like you are being pulled towards her, not necessarily like physically, like you are going
Mm-hmm.
to touch her, but like your very essence, your very soul, if you have one, is being dragged with her somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And um, you are in this. It's kind of like what you were feeling before. This field of green grass,
Mm-hmm.
beautiful trees, warm sun, and you are still with her, but now you don't see her as the shy teenager. She normally looks. She's like she looks beautiful. Like her hair is out, and she's not like beautiful in a perfect
Beware. This is
Hollywood.
the dreaded GM move called "You are now a hippie,"
Yes, very something like that. Something
which
like
is
that.
a keep in mind. To me, that's a good thing. I'm just kidding because you're such a vampire. It's kind of
And we
hilarious.
all take acid.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you are in this other wall of and everything is bright and beautiful and full of life. And she's with you, and she's showing you the way. She's leading you into the forest. And among all these old
Yeah.
ancient trees, you find one that is rotten.
Mm-hmm.
It is it seems to be sick. It appears to be dead, but somehow it's still here. And in the tree, you see there's a heart on the surface of it, like if the tree had a heart and it's
Okay.
beating, but it seems slowly, like and it's kind of it doesn't have like a normal rhythm. It's like
Mm-hmm. Slower and like.
yeah, like it's not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And she touches the tree, and 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 he as he says, I can feel it. He's in pain, but he's there's still some life in him, some hope. He can be saved.
Who is he?
And from the bark of the tree, it's like a face kind of emerges, like forms,
Mm-hmm.
and you see the face of Alastor.
Hmm.
And then and then you hear the noise. That
What?
that noise of someone.
I'm still in the forest?
Yes.
Okay.
You hear this noise of someone or something eating something, like this munching sound.
I look around.
It is the light is gone now. The sun is gone. The forest is suddenly cold,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel this presence that is close to you, and
Yeah, like.
and you are alone.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah is gone, and you feel this
No, I
feeling.
look around like panically almost.
You feel this sensation of the on the back of your heart, of your head, something you have never felt before. The feeling of that now you are not the predator, you are the prey.
Yeah,
And
I
and then
said,
you wake up.
who is? And probably that came up out loud. Who is he? Who is this? Like, who is here? Let's say.
And yeah, you are back in Sarah's room, and says like, who is who? Didn't you see him?
Who was this? In, in this dark room. Where did you take me?
What do you mean? I showed you
Where
the.
Where did you take me?
I took you to. I, I just did what you told me. I found the spirit.
But there was more.
What do you mean?
The darkness. And the sound. That was there too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She can probably see that I'm like a little bit lost, looking like on the floor, trying to think. What did you say about this ghost or this raft?
I saw him. His heart. He's hurting. But
is he evil?
No. No.
How do you know that?
There's something that is keeping him. He hasn't let go yet. He's still somewhat human. His soul is not completely tainted. He seems to have found something to anchor him.
What would you recommend? Should we release him?
Yeah, I think if we help him,
is he dangerous?
I don't think so.
But I heard that he hurt someone.
Never. I don't know why he will do that. Maybe I don't know. But I'm sure that if we help him, he could still go in peace.
I don't know what happened, where you took, but it wasn't a nice place. Can you explain this to me? And I grab her with both hands, like pull her a little bit, like and myself towards her. Like, can you explain this to me?
I don't know. I'm telling you the truth. Sometimes when you go there, you see things.
It was
Things
a
that
scary place.
sometimes you see things that have happened.
Have you
Things that
seen
may
something?
happen.
So, have you seen something that made you scared?
Not this time. It might has been just for you. I'm just a conduct.
Okay, I released her hand. Okay. I know who he is now.
Do you know him? Is he?
I saw him in school.
Is he a student?
I guess. He hangs around.
Who's him? I've never noticed him.
I don't remember his name very well. But I think I saw him. Now I will be looking for him. If I will find him, I will come to you.
She says, "No, I'm going with you. I told you before.
Now?
Well, I don't know, not necessarily now, but I'm going to help you. I'm going to help that spirit.
You help already.
It's not enough. I have to make sure he goes in peace."
Okay, let's try to find him tomorrow. During the morning. I don't know how it's called.
Free period.
Free period?
Free period.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Says, "All right. Promise me. You won't do anything in the meantime."
Sure. Okay.
Is that a good place to stop, Angel?
Yes, I think so.
I believe so.
By the way, one thing I do want your opinion. Do you feel this is enough to like this vision you've had to get out of your dark self, or you still want more?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about going out because this was overwhelming.
I was about to use the same word. It was completely out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. So she that's really surprised me that she was powerful and powerful enough to be surprise me enough to just calm down.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
great.
All right.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah. Sure.
So yeah, thanks everyone. It was had a lot of
thanks
fun.
for organizing this. This has been a lot of. This session was really, really a knockout. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think many things are starting to come together. Yeah.
I'm also super excited, and satisfied after today.
Yeah. Excellent. You are rocking and rolling now. You're teaching us how to play.
Yeah.
At this point. No, I've been doing this since I was 12, and 41 years, and every single time the new player who, when they find their feet, that's where the real power is.
Yeah, in the last session when you did I'll take her out,
that
eyes
was the moment.
out.
I mean, that was the flip. But we can talk about that. So you know what? let's talk about that with the recordings, because
Yes,
I've been through the recordings editing, so I have a whole lot of thoughts on what we did and how it went, but I really want you guys to examine it.
I've been trying to contain myself.
All right guys, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
See you next week.
later.
Good
Bye
night.
bye. Have a nice
Bye.
day. Bye.